Hello, it's me, fddcsjxk. I'm back with, I think, my third replay analysis today. I'm really enjoying these. I hope that you guys are too. I said that I wanted to review one of my own matches, and I do, so I'm going to. I wanted to review some matches that I lost, to see if there was anything I could do better. But when I looked at my recent games, and I looked at my saved replay folder, I realized that I had failed to save any of the games that I had lost that are on maps that are still in the rotation. So that's not good for me because I'm not going to be able to learn from those defeats. But it is good for me because it means that all the maps I lost on have rotated out. So all the maps that are still in the rotation, I know I can win on. That's good. So this game between me and PixelTamer. Let's get started. I think I'd only had one game on SeaShoal Ocarina before this, which I lost against a max player. So I wasn't super sure about this. One thing that he did that I thought was really effective was use a recon, and I knew that I wanted to try that out this game. And so I do build a very early recon. On my outside, yeah, here. Because this thing can move through these shoals and then get on this road, and once it's on this road, then it's difficult for these infantry to come and try to keep me off of the comm tower. It's a little far away. So, yeah. Oh geez, why is this? Okay, let's just try this again. So going for the middle really fast. More or less mirrored at this point, I think. Minus some FTA stuff. He has an extra infantry over here to cap with because I build the recon. So he answers with a recon, which is kind of interesting. This inside recon I don't think is quite as valuable because first off, he's not going to be able to interrupt this cap with it. He knows that. He could have done the math if he didn't know it. And then, what else? I don't need to press forward over here that bad right away. There's not that much for me to gain safely. Like I could move onto another city immediately, but I can't fall back to another city. It doesn't seem all that strong to have a recon to prevent me from falling back to the city and capping it. If I had capped this city first and then I was trying to move on here, then I think this recon would be a lot better. Where could this move again? Yeah, that's right. So it can move to one of these two spaces, and I chose the forward one that had better terrain. I think that they both have similar move patterns, but neither of them can threaten this city, if I'm correct. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and this is 8 this way, so it can't. And if it was here, then it could go 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, exactly the same. Would not be able to. It wouldn't change. You could move it here, then it would be really strong, being able to threaten this city so fast. But that's okay. I don't have to be able to park right outside the city. Alright. Just infantry all around otherwise. So he's got really similar caps. He moves this recon into this city here. So that, I mean, obviously I'm not going to move forward with this infantry, seeing it. And he builds a mech, which I suppose is to move in to counter this. So I just moved the recon in a space where it has more access to the city down here. I think that if I did this, yeah, I don't know if this really matters. This is probably the best spot because if I wanted to, then I could start moving it towards like my HQ and then try to have it contest the other recon. If I really thought that it was necessary. He builds this black boat, which I wasn't expecting him to do. I remember being kind of caught off guard by it. So he does move the recon in to attack the infantry on that city. I suppose that he believes it's a free attack. I think that the thing that I find most frustrating about this is that it'll cost me money. I thought about that at the time. There was something that I wanted to build here, but I didn't feel like I was capable of doing it because I'd lost just a little bit of money repairing the infantry. So, move the recon down to hit the capping infantry, keeping it out of the range of the mech. These get to go down. I build this tank to shut down the recon. Simple enough. That means the black boat this turn. He'll be able to get this stuff ahead of me. But next turn I'll be able to build the black boat. It feels like he advanced a lot further on this outside than I did. It doesn't feel super good, but it is acceptable. He does fire on this infantry and kill it. It's a lot of damage. It just shows how strong recons are against infantry. But it just doesn't matter. The 30% damage bonus that Lash gets on the city just absolutely destroys recons. It's like why you don't build them. They just die to tanks so fast, so fast. And that's a lot of money that he just lost compared to me. So I'm trying to just kind of be an obstacle over here to him. I retreat the recon, seeing that I won't be able to kill the infantry and survive the mech shot. So I think that's fine. I do build the black boat this turn. And just infantry everywhere else. Builds an artillery here. This artillery, I think he moves up. He builds another artillery there that's really relevant to the deciding the game. I'm trying to cap this comm tower. That's like what you come here for. Still keeping the recon out of the range of the mech. That's the goal. And to annoy these three. If I get a chance to attack the mech with an infantry first, then I think I can go on the artillery and kill it. Clear the infantry off of the city, and I can start the cap. I put the tank back, seeing that he's only going to be able to approach it from one angle. And if he does hit this, then I can counterattack with the 3-star bonus for Lash being on the city. Pretty happy with that play. Then the tank over here, so if he starts to do something funny, like moving this infantry to cap, I can try to stop it. These 2 infantry are also in position to stop it. Black boat goes onto the island. Second tank over here. So big Big spending turn. He finishes capping this comm tower, so he has both comm towers, and I don't have one. It's actually pretty bad. That's a pretty beefy shot. Despite the massive difference between these, I get the 30% bonus from being here. He gets no bonus from being on the roads, and we still go even. So he moves the tank between these two tanks, which seems like a real mistake to me. So my goal is to make him pay. This is a good play to move this infantry all the way up here. That's pretty smart. I didn't see that the other times that I don't even think I saw that when I was playing the game. I think that this is just totally out of my mind. I thought that he'd done everything that he could with that black boat, but I do like that play. So he's got a B-copter out. He's moved this infantry up to mess with mine. It doesn't. It's not protecting it with anything substantial at all. So it's gonna die to recon, I think. Okay, so first I'm trying to contest this cap. Like a real 700s player, I don't cap my comm tower before my troops start fighting. These are joined, I don't know why. Okay, they're only joined to 6. Would be really nice if I had made that play without taking the comm tower. This would probably be like a 7 HP tank, and then probably be a 5 HP tank. I can do that math. 50. It's comm towers, yeah. Oop. Oh, why is it? Yeah. So this would be 5. This would be 7. This would be 5 afterwards. As opposed to this outcome. Yeah, it's just like I said. That's okay. I can still, despite the comm tower disadvantage, I can still guerrilla my way out of it. There we go. I finally looked at this side of the map. Let's look at the screen. It's crazy how looking at the screen can increase your it'll substantially improve your chances of winning if you just look at the screen. So see the battle comparability AA. It's just that simple. I don't know about this mech. I don't think I was thinking right with this mech. I don't know what I thought that I was going to do. I don't think that it did anything that was really that substantial. Fires onto the city, it's fine enough. It doesn't have anything protecting this right now. So at this point, I'm completely cleared off from the right side of the map. It's kind of, I would say this is kind of an issue for me, but he's mostly cleared off from the left side of the map. And also not where the HQs are, so there's that as well. So yeah, this is the artillery that kind of becomes an issue for him. What he's doing, I guess he's moving that back there so he can move it onto the dock eventually. Move the AA gun forward and try to contest the city. Haha, haha, you'd think that I would have learned after the last turn where I did this exact same thing, but learning is not possible. I hope that next time if I upload another replay where I start combat before capping something like this, If everybody could dislike the video for me, please. Really appreciate that. Dislike and unsubscribe from me if I continue to make mistakes like this. Everybody go post in Discord. fddcsjxk does not know how to play Advanced Wars by Web. He thinks that fighting before capping comm towers is a good idea. So this is what I do. I see that he's built his artillery, and I say, well, I can just put something that looks nice and juicy in its firing range, and he will build units from this base. That's my, like, I think, first off, I don't think that he'll actually fall for this. I think that he'll say, oh, yeah, right, like, you think that I'm going to just block my base so I can kill this stupid recon that's basically doing nothing but being annoying over here. And that's all it's doing, is just being annoying. When I finally do get the shot off onto the mech, but it does way more damage than I bargained for. That was a mistake. So he does in fact do that. So he chooses not to build this turn. So I know that he is going to, he's already at a pretty substantial unit disadvantage, and he's going to exacerbate that difference by using this artillery to fire on things on this side of the mountains that are actually not, like, they're not really that threatening. The only thing that these are getting me is it gives me a chance to catch up in terms of funds, but he has mismanaged his army to such a degree that I don't think that that's all that appetizing. He shoots this, that's kind of whatever. This artillery is actually causing me issues. This is like a real artillery. This is an actual threat. This one is not a threat at all. This one is helping me. It's a secret agent. No. A10. I get a clear shot on this artillery. I'm going to take it. And it's the same principle that even if he fires on me with this artillery here, that I don't care, because that means that he's not producing anything from this base. And if he's not producing anything from that base, then he's going to run out of units eventually. I start taking this city away from him. Same principle, that if he tries to stop it, well, I can get this base for one, and I knew that he would have to fire on. He's not going to be able to do both. He's going to want to send this copter to this base to stop me from, or to the city, to stop me from taking this city, and then he's going to want to fire on this, since he's already shown that he's willing to fire on. He's willing to stand on a factory to fire. I build the A here to stop this B-copter from annoying me. I think that the correct course of action is for him to try to move this. But I think that he's going to try to fire onto the threats that I'm posing to his buildings. So yeah, in fact he does try to move the battlecopter to stop the outside cap. He does not move the artillery that he should to keep alive, instead choosing to fire on my infantry that's capping a city that he owns. And he importantly does not move. He didn't build anything for this base either. I don't. He has 18,000 funds and he's not using them, so I don't know what he's trying to do. No, it's because he didn't build anything from this base last turn. I don't know why he wouldn't have done that. I gotta look at this. Should have at least built an infantry. What was he thinking? I guess he just wasn't. You know, it's not like the players in this bracket. It's not like the players in this bracket know what they're doing anyways. Am I right? Like they just, you know, swing at each other without capping comm towers. So, yeah, he should have an infantry here, but doesn't for whatever reason. Maybe he's saving up for something this turn. Maybe he'll build it. Okay, so now it's my turn again. He left this infantry on his HQ alone, which ended up being a massive mistake because I can just move all of the things that I want onto him, onto this area. But he actually doesn't have anything here to stop this cap from happening. He has this tank, which literally cannot move. He can maybe, yeah, he can move this tank around the mountain to kill this tank, but it doesn't solve his issue really. This tank doesn't have enough movement to get around, and this tank doesn't have enough movement to get around. So I just bet it all. I probably should have activated my CO power just for the 10% bonus defense. So I think at this point, I think he activates his power when he realizes that he needs to be able to kill this. So okay, so this was really risky. He could, his best bet of getting out of here was, I don't know. Even if he got this destroyed, I don't think that would have solved his issue. Could he have moved this tank any further? No. Yeah, so maybe this was his best bet. Activates the power. Hits this tank. This tank has 2 HP, not 10 HP. And then, yeah, he moves this tank and he kills this infantry. He shoots the anti-air gun with the, and then he realizes that he's run out of units to contest the cap with, and I win. So I lost quite a considerable number of units really, but I got some good value early on from contesting the stuff down here, and then the units that I had that were deep in his territory, he thought were, I think he overvalued how much those units were doing for me, so he was willing to keep this artillery on his base that he needs to produce units with and just keep firing at those, when I was in reality more than happy to give up whatever I had there, because this is the objective, is the HQ. If I get that, then the game's over anyways and I win. So yeah, if this failed, it wouldn't have been good for me. I don't know if I would have been able to come back from the income deficit that I was at. It would have been really hard. That B copter that I had would have probably helped me. I don't think that I would have been as smart as he is to try to use this black boat to land infantry down closer to the outside part of the map on the west side. But as long as he's willing to make unwise decisions like, you know, parking an artillery, like you need the situation to be exceptional, really exceptional, to make that a good play, I think. But that's it for this replay analysis.